What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Agrarian guys. We're on episode 32. Last episode, I believe we did some bees. I don't know, it's been a little bit of a break since between recording sessions here, but between episodes, I did do a couple quests, just a few. I made some ice, first of all, which was pretty easy. So I'm going to claim that, get a heart. I made a deep storage unit, which actually wasn't that difficult, and I get a reward back for this one, so I'm going to pick that. And it's a good reward bag that gives me a useful reward for once. That's surprising, except their name, so I'm sure that some of these don't actually do what they say. That's not a blizz, that's not a chicken, that's not a silverfish. Okay, so that's cool actually. So I'm just gonna throw those in here for now. I actually had 3 spawn cows, so those villagers though, those are helpful. Those are very helpful. Pig, yeah. So I made these spawn cows. I think that was all the quests I had. I only had a couple, but so now we have another quest to get 10,000 ice. So I'm gonna work towards that. And also, there's tons of cobblestone stuff. Where is it at? I think it's in bragging rights. Yeah, again, octuple compressed cobblestone. So that's gonna take a long time, but if we spend a lot of time, it's okay. So might as well start it now, so it lasts as long as possible. So we're gonna tell this guy to export to the top and then export into here. So now we'll just keep getting cobblestone because I think this is gonna like 1 billion or something like that. I don't know. It's something ridiculous. I'd have to look up the actual value. So anyways, now for the ice, I'm gonna do. So I guess I'm rework this just a bit here. Make sure everything's still lit. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you export there. Import there to a barrel. There we go. So now that should get us ice. Gonna lock that guy in. And I want to upgrade him real fast, just that way he can hold more, because we need 10,000 and a normal barrel can't hold 10,000. So now he can. Alright, so now that we have this glacial precipitator going, we need to give it more power because this is tapping into our sieving generation power. And yeah, we should be dropping power. Should be. No, things might just not be running right now. But just to be safe, I do want to put another one here, because technically it will use more power, because this uses how much? 20 RF per tick. So it's a little bit more. Yeah. Trust me, it works. And then another one I want to set up. So if we look back in here again, we need, for the hoarding, we need to get 10,000 soul sand. So same thing, I have my soul sand set up already, so might as well just throw a barrel on it. So I'm going to disable this guy, and I'm going to put a barrel here, and I'm going to upgrade him with a couple upgrades. And then all I gotta do the way this works is I throw sand in and I get soul sand out. And then it was just going straight to the sieving. And yeah, so I'm just gonna throw some of that in. It'll go. It's not the fastest because it's only 3 barrels, but it'll get done. So we can just let that roll for now, and it will eventually make us enough as long as we throw 10,000 sand into here. So it'll take time, but might as well get it working. And then I have another thing. Yeah, so another thing I wanted to show. So you know how we had like a lot of bones? 0. We're out of bones. We used all of our bone meal making those tomatoes grow, and they're not even done. We have almost 8,000 and we need 10,000. So we're still not even done with that. So I want to have another solution. So you can also use fertilizer from forestry. There's also industrial fertilizer. There's also, I think, unless that's the same thing, as the compost. Oh no, compost is different. Ooh. Not sure if that works the same way or not though. Anyways, I know that fertilizer works. So we're going to use some fertilizer, which is apatite in sand or apatite in ash. So might as well do both of them, honestly. So sand we can clearly get infinite of. And ash you get from smelting peat. And we are getting a little bit of peat. Not a ton, but a little bit. Over here in our sludge boiler. So it is producing a little bit of peat for us. So we can just take that and start smelting all that up. I should really manage that. Those items that we get there are a little bit better, but I'll do that in a little bit. Maybe. We'll see. I always say things like that and never do it. So smelt this up. Let that go. Might as well make a couple patterns for it. Say peat. We go on ash. Apatite, we have 1100 of it, so that's pretty good. So peat equals ash in code. And then ash around apatite gets you fertilizer. Code that. Then there we go. So should be able to request. There we go. That works. So now let's throw this into here. Nice. There we go. So that should get us fertilizer. So that should actually keep going. You know, just a little bit. It helps. Helps a little bit. Yeah, because fertilizer is pretty much just bone meal. I think that's the easiest way to put it. Another thing I did, I made these spawn cows because some more cows died because of lightning strikes for no particular reason. So I'm going to spawn a couple more cows in and I'm going to milk them. You know how I'm going to milk them? You'll see why here in just a moment. So we want to make ourselves some cake. Got achievement. I actually need 2 of these. So I need 3 more buckets. And the thing is, there's a cooldown on cows. I don't know what mod adds it. So I can't just continually milk them like that, which is unfortunate because we need a lot of milk. So anyways, I got my cake, which means we can now make the ender cake, which I should be able to make all this stuff. So 6 of those. And a notch apple. Can make that. I'm gonna make an extra one of those. I might need it. We'll see. And boom, that makes the ender cake. Don't know if I want to do this right now. So, if you don't know, the ender cake is what takes you to the end. Because there's no. This is a void world. There's no end portal. It doesn't exist. And so that's your way to get there. I kind of know. I think. I'm pretty sure. Not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that the end in this world has no land. It's literally just a void. You know, because this is a skyball. There's no land. It doesn't exist. Which means we're definitely going to have to use our fight potion. And we're going to have to be able to fight and flight at the same time. And I have a good weapon for it, but we don't have it made yet. And before we do that, I do want to set up a little bit of stuff here. Just on a side note, going back to the cows. So there's a quest in, I believe, Go for the Flow for milk. And it actually gives you some good stuff. Like red heart canisters, that's good. We need a lot of milk. And percentage years. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to set this up real fast. So I want to get myself a rancher. Like this is another one of those builds where I'm just going to get it going. And we'll just let it roll and eventually it'll just be done. Like that's the plan. One of those, get the machine frame. Need a little bit of glass. Oh, used up all my sand. I can always come over here and just steal sand. There's also some in the sludge boiler, because that also makes sand. So I got a couple ways to access it. I might make a dedicated way to get sand as well, just because. It'll make another one. Machine frame. Actually, I want to use the aluminum one. Need a little bit of glass. One more. There we go. Alright, so now we got machine frame. And that should get us another rancher here. Which, I mean, I guess I could have just moved the cows, but make another rancher. And I'm going to place this guy. Try and place this guy kind of fast. Do that, that, that. There we go. So now they can't get out. And I need to get power over here. So what I need to do is, because I upgraded my conduits to the redstone ones, I want to be able to make those whenever I want. So I'm going to do a little bit of automation here real fast to make it so that way we can request those. So if I do a chest there, I made a couple of item blocks that you can actually see because I want to be able to see here. I'm going to turn you off, you to export, say you import on top, you import on top, and you export to the, oh nope, export to the back. And then we need to turn you back on. There we go. And I'm going to be right back 1 second. I'll make a couple patterns and yeah. Alright, so I'm encoding up the empty conduit. I actually need a couple more patterns real fast, which I already have made, which is good. Don't have electrum being able to be made yet. No, so I need to do that real fast. So actually need to grab them. So 1 gold and 1 silver equal 2 electrum. Gold, 1 silver, 2 electrum. Encode that. So this is a crafting. That is an alloy. And then let me point you down just in case now. Point all this down. And now should be good. And now we need to get some of these. Begin. It's good because we already had a hardened glass and stuff made. Now this you combine with 200 millibuckets, which I believe is 2 redstone. Yep, 2 redstone to get 1. So 2 redstone. So we say U plus 2 redstone will get me a conduit. Code. And place that guy in here. So now this won't work currently because there's a couple things we need to do. First of all, we need to install a couple servos here and here. Then on the magma crucible, we need to whitelist redstone. And on here, on the fluid transpose, we need to whitelist the empty conduit. So now whenever the items get pushed into here and they automatically extract, they will go to their stored places and it will melt down, then transpose it, and then it will export into the AE system. So it's a full cycle and it works perfectly. Take my word for it. So now I should be able to request a couple of conduits, like 20, and that should go. Okay, see, redstone goes. Conduit's already in. And there you go. So that will make us all those. That's perfect. Did I tell you to extract? No. There you go. So now it should be perfect. Alright, so that handles that. Now I need to get power over to that rancher. And then here's what I'm going to do. Is it just called a QDS? No. So the quest delivery system. No, what are these? Okay, apparently I can't make them. Okay, so I can make multiples of these, so I might need to do that, but I do have one. So remember, the quest delivery system is how you can submit like large amounts of items by like pumping them in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the quest delivery system there, and I'm going to select this as my task and bind it to there. So now whenever this thing gets milk, it should just export into the QDS, and it will just continually complete the quest as long as it has power. So just gotta get some power. So my conduit's done. Looks like it. Nice. And I also want to throw the sand in here while I have it. That's why I grabbed all of it. There we go. So like I said, that'll just all turn into soul sand. Just need to connect this in pretty much anywhere. There we go. That'll do. So now that should be milking. Should see it go here in just a second. Boom. You saw we got some milk. Boom. And you see it's not staying in there because it's going straight into the quest delivery system. Now if we look at our quest book, we should see we have 8 buckets of milk in. Nice. So that's gonna take a while, but it will get done. Like it'll get done on its own. Like we don't have to do anything else. As long as we have power, that will finish. And these cows live. Which, I mean, we could get more cows. It's not a bad idea. I could definitely do that. There's probably a few quests that we're gonna be able to do like that. I have to look through. Well, maybe I'll do that between episodes or so. And anyways, let's see. Throw some of this stuff back in. Don't need it. And yeah, let's start making a cool thing here. So I want to make myself a matter gun or matter cannon, because matter cannons are pretty baller. So I need you. I'm gonna just craft you up. Begin. I need an energy cell, I believe it was. I can't make fluids. I don't know why I can't make fluids. That's probably not a good thing to search. I need 3 of those because we need a 4K cell. We're also going to need to get an ME chest. So that's how you fill this guy up. So we're going to need another matrix. Is that Pete's holding up my glass production? Maybe I should make just auto sand glass producing cobblework stuff. That would probably be convenient to have. How are we for tomatoes, by the way? 8,000. Doing pretty good. Actually, I'll charge this guy up a little bit. As you can see, we're not draining power now when we do this because of our better conduits. Is everything done making? No, still making 1 more of those. Might be done now. So the matter can takes the 4K cell. What's it called? Basic processor. So once that's done, we should be good to make this. No, still need the ME chest, but you know. There we go. So now we can make ourselves the matter gun. Boom. And enemy chest. There we go. Perfect. So we need to charge this guy up first of all. So throw him in there. And then the chest needs to connect to the network. And this guy acts as a storage cell pretty much. And the main ammo for him, if you search matter, is a matter ball, which you can get by condensing any item and destroying them. However, there's other options, and we're going to go with one of those other options. That other option is lead. Lead nug-nugs. Boom, 1,000. You know, we can hold way more than that if we wanted to, which I might even do. Just because why not? You can see we can still see those nuggets in the system because yeah, that's still part of the system. It just acts as a storage cell. You can only hold one item at a time though, I believe. Yeah, I believe you can only hold one item at a time, so all it's gonna have is those, and I don't really need a bow anymore. This is a much better range weapon. And I think we could go fight the dragon. Like, to be quite honest, we probably could take him. Because if I have flight and I have this gun, as long as I don't get one-shotted. I mean, I got steel armor. It's not bad. I mean, I don't know what I could do for better armor, to be quite honest. You could make bound armor, but that's a bit of a hassle. Yeah, so there's not too many choices on what to make. So I'm going to take a little break right here. I'm going to come back in a little bit. And we're going to check on some of the progress that we've been making with some of these quests. And I'm going to probably look through the quest book, see if there's anything else we need to do before. Think about if I need to make any other preparations. And then we'll decide and also see if we have enough time. So I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, so I did a little bit of looking. And we actually don't have enough time to fight the dragon this episode anyways. But I'm actually going to hold off a little bit on doing that. Simply because if it is a void world, I need the dragon egg. Like, you can't complete this map without the dragon egg. I don't believe. Look, I think you can create one. Let's look. Except it's a very ridiculous process that I do not want to deal with. Like, the draconic bee, I just don't want to. No. Just no, please. Just no. Too much bee breeding. So I want to make sure I get this dragon egg so I can be done with bees forever. In order to do that, I need to make sure I have a way to collect it. So, you have to either piston it, drop it on a torch. You can't really drop it on a torch because it's going to spawn on bedrock and you can't punch it to go anywhere because there's nowhere else it can go. So I'm going to have to piston it, and then it's going to pop off and fly pretty much anywhere. So what I need to do is make sure I'm going to catch it. How I'm going to do that is magnet. So bees add magnets that I could use, except, I mean, I could make that. I could certainly make that, but I have a better option. This sigil magnetism, which is pretty awesome. The only problem is it requires this orb, the tier 3, the magician's blood orb, which I couldn't remember. I failed to create, but now that I have a lot of this power in place, and I can create augmented capacity runes because they require fluxed electrum, so I could. Oh, actually, I can't do that yet because I don't have the magician's orb. Oh, that sucks. Maybe I have to set up a little bit more infrastructure for blood magic. So I think we might jump back over to blood magic here between in the next episode. And between episodes, I am going to. Oh my God, jumping is hard. I'm going to probably make some more slates, get a little bit prepared, because I need to upgrade this altar again. But I can't quite do that yet, and I need a bunch of slates in order to do it first of all, and do the cap part. Like you'll see. I'll show you guys when we come to it. But anyways, yeah. So next episode, probably jump back over to some blood magic or anything that's going to help with it. If I see any other quests that I need to do while I'm waiting on that, I'll probably do that too. Tree farm stopped working again. That's cool. Should probably upgrade some of these barrels. yeah, so a couple things I'll do between episodes. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do for now. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like I said, we'll come back next time, do some blood magic, do some cool things. So until then, I will see you guys next time. See ya.